Hello, inclusive gamers, and welcome to the official Inclusive Gamers First Impressions Let's Play of a little game that I like to call Minecraft. Now, this game has been pretty controversial and divisive recently in the media, so we here at Inclusive Gamers decided to give it a try. I'll be upfront about this. I am a big PC gamer, but I have received no instruction about this game. So, if it seems like I've played this game a lot in the past, that is probably just my fairly extensive experience with most video games. Now, that being said, I have received a little bit of help in regards to how to get started. This main menu may not present the clearest of options, but for the confused inclusive gamers out there, the first thing you're going to want to do is hit single player. And now we're going to want to create a new world. But before we do that, I would like to draw attention to this little world creation option here. Difficulty. I'm generally opposed to these in video games because it really just creates an exclusive environment wherein players who are able to perform at the quote-unquote harder difficulty settings are generally held in a higher regard than those who maybe are not as experienced or maybe are differently abled and must play at quote-unquote easier difficulty settings. For this playthrough, I will be using the normal difficulty setting, as I feel that this is probably what the developers intended most players to play at, and I feel that this will represent the generally typical experience of a gamer playing this video game. So I'm not actually going to bother with any of these other world creation options. And the simple reason for that is that I really just don't think they're going to affect the gameplay experience all that much. So, let's name our world. I'll call mine Inclusive Gamers. And let's dive into this game and see what it has to offer an inclusive gamer in 2021. So let's see if we can go and find another player to chat with. So it seems like there is fall damage in this game. So you're probably gonna have to worry about that when you're creating your first character. Okay, so that seems like an enemy. And I'm actually going to try my best to avoid it here. Okay, I don't know what that was. I guess it dropped something for me. Maybe this is a hint. I'm gonna go try to find another player, and maybe I can ask them what's going on here. So, open world games have really been getting a lot of terrain destruction options recently. Considering how empty this world seems to be, terrain destruction and maybe some sort of building feature, as can be found in popular games like Fortnite, I think Minecraft would really benefit from. So let's continue here. I seem to be entering some sort of sandy area. Maybe this is a beach. I hope I can find an ocean. I still have yet to come across another player in this game so far. And that's something that you'll really notice about Minecraft, is that the player base really just does not seem to be very vibrant at the moment. There's just no one here to play with me. And that's something that can really doom an online MMORPG such as this. So it looks like I've come across some sort of stone construction. Maybe this was left by another player. And there's a chest here. I'm going to take a quick look at the controls to see how I could interact with this structure. So after some searching, I've found out that what you actually have to do is press the right click button, and that opens a chest. So in it, I've found iron nugget. I don't know if I can eat that. Maybe it's a tier system. Fire charge. And this was a flint that I found. Golden leggings. Golden boots. Golden chest plate. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to sell these to other players. Maybe put them on myself. As you can see, I have lost some health here at the bottom. And there goes some more. I don't actually know what causes this, but maybe that'll become more clear when I'm a little more familiar with the game. So there's a horse here, and I'm trying to see if I can maybe ride it. That doesn't seem to be the case. I'm just pressing the same button that I did to open the crate back there. And it seems like my golden chest plate has just disappeared. I don't know why that is. And the same thing just happened to my boots. I don't know if that's a glitch or maybe there's some sort of durability mechanic that I'm not actually seeing, but I haven't received any indication really of anything so far, and that's the main problem I have with this game, is there's really nothing to tell you how to interact with the world or how to play, how to maybe think about the game. There's just nothing to that effect, and that's really contributing to an overall lack of artistic and story direction. The plot to this game really seems fairly thin so far. I don't know if it's going to get any better. I haven't looked at this game yet, really in any capacity before reviewing it. But I guess we'll see what happens. I'm still really not sure what I'm supposed to do here. I have some items, it looks like. I'm not sure how I use them. Oh. That's a nice feature. So it looks like you can actually interact with the grass here. Or at least I think it's grass. I don't actually know that. So I'm just... maybe if I find another player, can I trade my... Oh, these are wheats. Okay. So I don't actually know what killed me there. I can't think of what it would be. I can't think of what it might be. This may be just another one of those phantom health losses that I've been experiencing. I don't know the reason for those still. I have a score of 0. I don't understand how that's the case, considering I did make a fair amount of progress. Let's respawn. So I've lost all of my items. I guess this is some sort of roguelike. I have these wheat seeds again. Oh, gunpowder. I'm going to get rid of that. I have an oak log. Okay, I think I'm going to have to consult the controls manual here. I don't exactly know what the goal is with all of this. Maybe some sort of avant-garde game, but I will return when I have maybe found out a little bit more about the game. What's up, inclusive gamers? So, in the meanwhile, I have learned a little bit more about the game. I have created a base for myself using those building mechanics that I mentioned, it looks like there is in fact terrain destruction. This is the same world. As you can see, I've acquired diamond armor, which I believe to be the highest level of armor in the game. I have a diamond sword, so I am now a pretty experienced player. As you can see, I just killed those. They're called skeletons. So I mean, as you can see, I've kind of beat the game at this point. I do understand there is a larger boss in this game. I'm thinking I might actually try to defeat that boss. It will be my first time seeing the boss, so yeah, I've kind of beat this phase of the game at least. As you can see, I'm not really taking any damage. So yeah, I have a diamond sword. I have the best. I have what I believe to be the best items in the game right now. Maybe they'll add more in the future, but these are the highest tier of item at the moment. So I feel pretty confident in taking on the final boss. I'll get back to you when I do that. Hello everyone, welcome back. I have in fact reached the boss zone of this game. I think that's the boss up there. So I'm at the final boss already. It's been, it hasn't really been that long. I guess this isn't a very long game, but I'm not taking any damage right now. So I guess I'll get back to you when I have defeated the final boss, when that's happened. So it looks like I've killed the final boss here. Overall, I would say this is a pretty flawed game, everything considered. It was pretty... My main criticism would have to be just the difficulty, which is very unbalanced. I had to go through a lot of wiki entries, get a lot of expert help when figuring out how to play the game, but once I got the hang of it, it really turned out to be not that difficult at all. So it kind of seems like the devs might be using some intentionally sort of obfuscated mechanics here to try and hide the fact that their game really just is not very engaging. It really turned out that all I needed was to figure out the one mechanic of the game, which is that you can, in fact, destroy blocks. That's what they're called. You can destroy blocks. There is terrain destruction and generation. There's terrain destruction. There's building, like in Fortnite. So, and once again, this was all on a, they call it vanilla world. This is kind of a Minecraft reference. I'm not like Dream here. No cheating. So I'm just harvesting these blocks here. I think they're special blocks that you get for defeating the final boss. So yeah, once again, not the greatest game I've ever played. Kind of dull once you get the hang of it. It really just seems artificially padded. So for Minecraft, I will give it an 8 out of 10. I really wasn't very engaged by it the entire time. It was pretty boring. It was very difficult to pick up. Probably was one of the worst games that I've played this year. really one of the less engaging indie efforts that I've seen, at least this year. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. From Inclusive Gamers, this has been Caleb McLaughlin. Signing out. Minecraft, 8 out of 10.